So at this point in time, I'd already made my essay. It took me 40 to 50 minutes to do this because I was struggling on the organization. There are a lot of thoughts, opinions, or let's say views in my mind, but the how you will present that in a structuring in the flow and the tone of your essay must be organized, of course, right? Get the point. So, but in the actual examination, for example, or in any competition, things like that, okay, you need to be careful. You don't have to input all your ideas. You will only limit, okay, to, for example, if your ideas are three or four, you don't have to put everything, huh? Just choose two because this is time limited, okay, and time frame. Since here in my inside my room, I'm not limited, right? I need to expand or let's say maximize my ideas to come up with, let us say, a good essay. By the way, okay, we have here the essay prompt statement. Yes, statement and question. Okay. Instruction. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Some people think that products should be made to last as long as possible, while others think that making the products cheap is more important. Discuss in both views and give your opinion. Give reasons for your answers and include irrelevant examples from your knowledge and experience. It looks like in the last paragraph, the words knowledge and experience are very huge. Because we don't have to apply really our entire knowledge for this and experience. We can have only our belief, conviction, and what we understand on the topic or on the type of statement on the essay or question, things like that. So sometimes this will be a trap. So we think that's too complex to consider, right? Knowledge and experience talaga. Okay? But this is mainly talking on the purchasing of items, okay, or products. This is not really highly academic in nature or scientific in nature, in which it needs a lot of thorough investigation, and we need to have so many research like that, and our knowledge must be extensive, really. But this is already typical all over the world. This is only purchasing products, and we need to have our own analysis to that in our, own point of view. Okay? So sometimes you should not be afraid of terminologies that it looks like very huge to consider, right? Okay, now, the first thing to do is you need to extract the key points and the main points, obvious keywords here. So we have first, we have the last as long as possible. Then you have to write in the blank sheet of paper. Oh, okay, it has to do something with economical products. Okay, that lasts longer, like that. Here, cheap. Okay, inexpensive, not costly, or lowered price, things like that. Okay, so you would think directly to like a quality issue in your brain cells, and then like a quality issue, and then versus cost. You get the point. So generally, we will say quality versus the economics or economical products, things like that, okay? Or quality versus cost. We can say it directly, or we can say in a more broader aspect that quality versus quantity, things like that. Because the more you release that in quantities, then the more it will become also cheaper, things like that. But that is through bias analysis. But because it's not all also, you need to be safe in your essay, ha. Don't really have a conviction right away without considering the possibilities, things like that. And then good only if you have backup evidence to say that so, but we don't need figures here, data here, or calculations to support really on our own insight, things like that, our own ideology and philosophy. You get the point now. So I come up with my essay here. I write that here. Okay. like that, and then 40 minutes. I reach 50 minutes. Sorry. Okay, then at least 250 words. Sorry again. 410 words, mine. But it's safe because it's at least, meaning at minimum, it could go beyond 250 words. So you are safe with the instruction already. Okay? But be careful because I did it 15 minutes, but in actual, for example, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, it depends on the situation, what time frame they will be given to you in the contest, easy writing contest, or an easy writing examination. Okay? Things like that. Now, okay, the first thing is to plan listing the keywords, main points like blah blah blah, so and so. Okay, so that you can express that later on in your paragraphs, in your structuring. Introduction, body paragraph content 1, body paragraph content 2, and your generalization and conclusion. So it's a matter of maximum of 4 paragraphs. Okay, but me, I had exceeded 4 paragraphs. One, two, and then what's this? One, two. I have five, but I justify there. I will explain later why five. Okay? Because it's not really that really a strict rule to have four. You can have three, you can have four, you can have as long as the structures will be there. Because the point, the flow, the tone of your essay, or the atmosphere of your essay, or the climate of your atmosphere, of the essay you have. You got the point? Ganon. So my introduction will be, okay. Globally, the relevance of quality versus cost depends on the type and status of consumers, suppliers, producers, and manufacturers' philosophy. Okay. We have different perception in this matter. Sorry, perception is unaccountable noun. That's why I do not put letter S. Okay? Different kasi, di ba, plural. We have different perception in this matter, but most people think that the products should be made and designed in a long-lasting quality rather than it will be made inexpensively as what others believe that this uncostly issue matters the most. But for others, it is not. In this essay, I will be able to give my own insights with its corresponding reasons and examples based on my belief and conviction. Right? I did not follow the knowledge and experience. You got the point? So, one of the most significant reasons why most people affirm that the product should be made last longer as usually expected, because most probably it has a notion that once it is expensive, it will be manufactured with high quality standards, as the rule of thumb, that conform to acceptable industry specifications requirements as per sustainability satisfaction. Okay? Mostly prominent brands. Period. Okay. If you buy a product that will not last, say, inexpensive mobile phone, because here example, say, relevant example, okay, mobile phone without a prominent brand, that would technically mean, okay, in general, as outdated, low model, and vulnerable to some defects in the future. Like that. Okay? What's this? And likewise, buying a single expensive mobile phone that endures for how many years? Okay? We can save our money from not buying again and again and again. Okay? There is also a probability that purchasing a cheap item through incessant use, it might be easily damaged when exposed to outside environmental factors like sunlight, high temperature, moisture, etc., due to an acceptable common impression that low-cost items are subject for low quality standards and poor state-of-the-art innovation, usually with less prestige and prominence in the global market. Right? And then, third paragraph. In my own opinion, also here, see, discuss in your own opinion. So be sure you will answer fully the question, the easy prompt question. Okay? Number one criterion. Okay? You get the point. In my own opinion, some customers buy cheap stuffs rather than long-lasting items because this this is according only to what they can afford, and if they can afford, though, they still opted to buy economical products so that they can enjoy acquiring other items not only for one single item that is remarkably at a high price at their own convenience. Since the majority is demanding for a durable product that lasts longer with high cost, this may lead producers to enhance their product quality, customer satisfaction, product features, safety of the products, as well as environmental friendly and user friendly philosophies. Furthermore, the barometer of buying things will be in accordance to individual preference, but mostly consider first the quality as the top priority, not the cost. The more you buy high quality items, the more it endures for how many years? The more you buy cheap products, the more it has a potential of a high degree of uncertainty in terms of its quality. Okay. Above all, in an industry standards point of view, low quality products are cheaper, whereas high standards are long lasting and effective in product performance efficiency, and the cost will be compromised obviously in this regard. However, it depends on how we use the items, regardless if it is expensive or not. It matters on how we take care, use and maintain properly the units and products, and follow the manufacturer's manual and product safety features. But one thing for sure, it is our preference and choice that matters the most as per our own budget and our Intel philosophy concern. Ganon. Diba? So, in this essay, I avoided a lot of examples. Why? Because if I put so many examples, the more I will justify a lot. So I only state one example, buying a cheap mobile phone versus buying an expensive mobile phone. Things like that. Imagine I only stated one example and it took me 5 paragraphs to do that. Because if how much more if I will put 3 examples and reasons. So there are also so many reasons, and 2 pages will not be enough. You get the point? It depends on the type of person kasi because I'm very wordy. I am more detailed kasi in writing. So maybe for others also they can put so many because they are not also lengthy in their style of writing. But for me, it's very difficult to write in a straightforward and concise manner, even in the time frame situation. You get the point? Because while also I'm doing this essay, I also make a timer. You get the point? So it's not really reaching 1 hour, 2 hours. It's almost 50 minutes to do this. Okay, you got the point. Why takes longer? Because you need to analyze. You need to plan first, and it should be distinct, supposedly, and concise, supposedly. And then it cannot be avoided because so many demand in the essay. Both views discuss, give your opinion, give examples, give reasons. Are you sure you can state that in a straightforward manner, asking for how many action verbs? Okay, discuss, give your opinion, reasons, examples. Nakakaloka for action verbs. So it's very impossible to do that in a concise manner. Okay, you get the point. But that's only also a trap. Okay, because see, write at least 250 words. You get the point? Ganon. So this is the example of an essay writing. You get the point? Ganon siya. Okay. So, I already mentioned a lot on the technical aspects, the most important part. Uh, Here, I mentioned here, wait sustainability. Okay. Sustainability meaning how your products will endure for a longer period of time. Okay, that's sustainability. In talking about of tenure, the length of time, or how it will be lasted for how many years. Okay, I have also here mentioned the acceptable industry specifications and requirements. These statements are huge when we deal of engineering design of the particular product. Okay, and I can really say this because I'm an engineer. I can really put huge terms. Okay, so not all. It depends on the the audience and the exam. Let's say examinees or taking the essay writing contest or examination. Okay, so what else? I put huge words here. Okay, so the grammar range, it's acceptable, but I don't think so with accuracy as I told you. Okay, because the more you have lengthy paragraphs, the more your accuracy of the grammar will suffer. Okay, anyhow, essay is more on the variety, okay, not on the accuracy of the vocabulary and grammar. Okay, you get the point? Ganon. So, another terms, huge terms I put here. I put the word probability instead of possibility, chance, like that. Okay. Then I put inexpensive aside from cheap, okay, and not costly. So I put one word, okay, so that was also an advantage in essay. 2 words, 3 words, if you can do that in a one word, better. You can save the brevity, space, and everything in the number of words. Okay, got the point. Now what else? I put this here. Okay, see, the art, a state of the art innovation is a huge statement. Okay, so innovation, it has to do something with the technology, high technology, so state of the art, right? You get the point. Oh, what else? Oh, I put here. Oh, prestige and prominence. Meaning to say the how the brand is very popular due to its trademark of being a quality producers, okay, of that particular product. So prestige and prominence. Prominence meaning eminence, okay, popular, okay, let's say renowned, like that, because of the top quality products like that, blah blah blah, so are noted to endure for how many years based on the surveys of the consumers, blah blah blah, so and so. Okay, ganan. And then I use global sound elegant. Okay, because if you use market, they just say that it's coming from Bacala. Okay, or it's just like a cheap market. Okay, or hypermarket only. So you will put an adjective that is very superlative, or global market. It sounded, elite. You get the point? Things like that. And then what else I use terms here? In the first, also globally. Okay. See, globally, the relevance, ganun. Okay, you get that. Why I use the relevance? Because this is a very good term. Instead of using globally, the importance is very common. Okay, even an elementary students can do that. Okay, it could be either relevance or significance. You get the point? Ganon. What else? Okay. So avoid using too much common words. Okay, like that. So this is the reverse of technical writing, because technical writing is not more on the articulation, artistry, style, and creativity. It's more on the straightforward manner. You get the point? So in my own opinion, some customers may cheap stuff. No, instead of item product, I use stuff. stuff. Okay, what else? So I use economical also in order not to repeat words over and over again, because I use already inexpensive. I need to find another term that it could not be repetitive. Things like that. So economical. Okay. Once it is economical, it is with lower costs. Okay, like that. What else? Okay. See, acquiring. Okay. Aside from saying buying or purchasing, it's the same thing. You acquire that. You cannot acquire that if you not buy. You get the point? Things like this, underlying or hidden meaning, is very important. Okay, then not only for single item, but remarkably. Oh, because that is a high price, so that is remarkable, exceptional supposedly because it's a high price, things like that. Okay, and then I use the complex sentence close supporting words, since. So, since the majority, di ba, like that, is demanding a durable, right? So in the is a prompt, it's not using durable, but it is understood to be durable. Say lasts longer as possible. So that's durable. Okay, then these things are only in your brain cells, and you need to, quickly put that in paragraphs. Okay, like that. What else? Enhance. See, I use also enhance instead of upgrading. Okay, enhance instead of increasing, instead of intensifying. Okay, instead of what else? So many terms for that, for enhance. Okay, like that. Okay, pwede sa upgrading. Okay, their product quality. Product quality is also a good technical term because this is talking about products. Normally, product quality will be at the top. Nobody can question that all over the world. Okay, we have, customer satisfaction, I also mentioned. Okay, okay, product features and safety, how it is being used properly, so it will last longer your phone. And also mentioning environmental and user friendly. I discussed everything about the products coverage. Okay, then. Furthermore, the barometer, or say I use barometer, meaning to say it's a measurement. The real measure or a true measure of buying things, so this is not word for word. Okay, so this is needed in essay. It's not direct, use huge words that are not familiar, not really familiar, as long as you can understand the sense of the sentence. Okay, okay, get the point, because variety is more important than accuracy, grammar accuracy. But at least you have also a grammar range. But it doesn't mean also you're not grammatically correct. There's also score for the grammar accuracy, but not too much high also. Okay? So, much better if you have a perfect grammar, right? But nobody does that. Okay? Especially in an actual competition, an examination. Okay. It's an individual preference. So, I use preference instead of choice. Okay. Mostly consider first the quality, but like that. Again, okay. And then, so here I use already cheap because I cannot escape already. So, I have no choice anymore. I use a lot of adjectives referring to cheap. So I have no choice. I have to use the cheap to avoid redundancies of words only. It's the main purpose. Okay, it does a potential. I use the potential instead of the chance of, blah blah blah, possibility of, or most likely. I use potential. High degree of uncertainty. It looks like more scientific, just like the Heisenberg theory of uncertainty. Okay, in physics. Okay? Get the point. Katong mga magnitude and positioning of electromagnetic wave. Okay, Heisenberg theory of uncertainty in science. Okay, in terms of its quality. The word quality will always be repeated because it's acceptable, because there's another huge term for that. I already mentioned the state of the art, high technology. Okay, you get the point. So it's highly specific. Okay, above all in an industry standards. Okay, like that. What else? Okay, I have to mention the huge words. Product performance and efficiency. That's really more on the requirement in making technology or a gadget, equipment, machine. It should be based in product performance and efficiency. See, I already mentioned huge statements. Okay, what else? The cost will be compromised. Okay, meaning a term also that is not too much common in nature, but only technical people can understand the word compromise. But not all also, but some also can understand. It depends on the situation. But really, this is not used all the time. The word compromise. You get the point? So it will be compromised obviously, like that. Okay. However, katong mga complex sentences, connector. Okay? Guys, if you will never use connectors in di ka makadaog sa essay writing, ha? You get the point. Even though how straightforward you are, main point you are already there, and there's no articulation and artistry. You get the point? Because artistry and articulation with a main point is the best for easy writing. You get the point? Because there are also main point that there's no artistry. It looks like dry. When you cook food and there's no a lot of ingredients and there's no variety, even though it tastes good, but you need to crave for more. This is only the same thing in cooking or in singing, in dancing. You need to have other styles, uniqueness, amazingness, things like that, okay? You know what I mean. Okay, so that you will establish an edge over the other contestants. Things like that. You stand out. Okay, like that. What else? Follow the manufacturer's manual. It's also a huge word, manufacturer's manual. More on mechanical engineering, things like that, whatever. And then product safety, oh, more on OSH. And I can relate because I'm a safety engineer. Okay, like that. But one thing for sure, it's our preference that matters the most as per our budget and philosophy. Because we cannot do about it if that's only the budget for a certain person. Even though high quality or low quality, mauro siya yung maabot, then he will buy that. You get the point? Regardless to the brand or whatever, because that's only her budget to buy. Okay, apart from this all explanations and their philosophy concern. The word philosophy is a huge word. It could be a insight, in-depth knowledge, view, okay, intuition, like that notion, connotation, ideology, belief, conviction. So these are terms that have the meaning. You get the point? That it's up to you to utilize in a sentence that it looks elegant and elite when somebody read your essay. And that's the technique of how to write essay writing. You get the point? Any questions so far? Okay. You get the point? But if I will talk and communicate the contents in actual, it's difficult. To organize an ideas in writing is a little bit easy compared to when you speak. That's why others would have an index paper, what to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. But I don't love doing it because I will be dependent on looking on the index card. Okay, what comes first? What comes? Because it also matters on the impression. You should be spontaneous, right? If you are now a veteran in that particular field or specialization. Veteran meaning expert, master, adroit, like that, or let us say clever. You get the point, or smart, or let us say there's a lot of terms for that also, Okay, it depends on you how to manipulate the vocabulary. Okay, get the point. Things like that. So I'm telling that speaking is more difficult because you cannot already notice your grammar. And it's not also good to say, sorry, it's plural, it's singular. No need, you just leave it as it is. It depends on them to recognize that one, okay? So but in writing, you can go back if you are grammatically incorrect. Because in writing, you get the point. So speaking is very, very difficult compared to writing. You get the point? And the main reason also that when I joined a speaking contest, the prize I won is third place. I don't became a champion in speaking. Okay? I joined oratorical contest like the blah 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 so on. So I got third place. Okay, things like that, but not champion, right? But when I joined writing, I will become a champion, especially in easy writing. You get the point? So, meaning to say, I'm more on writing, right? Rather than on communication. But it doesn't mean also that my communication skills are poor. It's just like that, siguro, the brevity, too much lengthy, or the grammar accuracy, or the range, grammar range. Wow. Okay, we don't refer to the lexical resource because spelling will be on writing talaga siya. Okay, got the point? Ganon. So, we should remember these things. Okay. Now we will go back to the other essay. This one. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. The cost of flying has decreased significantly over the last decade. This has made overseas travel much more accessible. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this trend. You need to write between 250 and 350 words in the assessment. Now, using the word trend. So, what comes in your mind? You look for another meaning so that you will not repeat that in your in your right articles. So it could be a fad, F-A-D. It could be a fashion. It could be a style. It could be a scheme, S-C-H-E-N-E. It could be a trend, meaning to say viral scenario like that, or it's up to you really guys to use another term, huh? Okay, like that. So that's why wide vocabulary, right? And then overseas, you need to use international, world class, global, like that, in a large scale perspective. If you want really two or more words, in a large scale perspective, in a macroscopic location perspective. Macroscopic meaning in a higher range, area or location. Okay, things like that. But we need to avoid two or three words. Safe siya ang international, overseas, global. Okay, you got the point. Or you can state a little bit in a large scale region. So it would mean also international, right? So it depends on you how to manipulate the sentence talaga. You get the point? Ganon. Okay. What here? Decade. So you can break this decade as 10 years by math if you don't want to repeat these words. Okay, because there's no other choice. How can you convert this to another terminology? Nothing, right? Decade is a decade, meaning 10 years. Okay? So use the 10 years in your actual essay, not the decade, because you repeat that problem. Okay? You will receive low scores if you keep on repeating the words on the essay, statement, and question. 100% sure. Okay, got the point. And cost, you will change this to price. Okay, price, fee, like that. Or you should revise that in another way around, that it will not be a cost when you put in the essay write article and essay write up. Then if all will be consumed your vocabulary, you have no choice to use again. At least you have a wide variety of vocabulary in one term. So that's what they are trying to find out. The point? So, anak siya. So, variety talaga siya. Okay, you got the point. So, now, you need to plan cost of flying, and you need to express that in another way around. You say, airfare ticket. That's another term. Yeah. Decrease significantly, you will see also reduce essentially. Dwindled dramatically. Wow. Because dwindle is to reduce. Yeah. Curtailed enormously, because curtail also is to cut off, meaning you have to reduce. You get the point? Things like that. What else? Lowering essentially, or lowering significantly or importantly. It's up to you, ha? Mga ganun. So, ang imo ko ano na ang decrease. So, there's a lot of term for decrease. Okay, reduce, dwindle, minimize, curtail, like that, mitigate. Okay, and then anak siya, travel more access and travel, trip, travel, itinerary, things like that. Okay, you got the point. Or you can state in another way around that it looks like also it's a trip in meaning. You paraphrase, because paraphrasing, it doesn't mean that only word. We also have use one word. You should two, three, as long as you modify the sentence like that. You get the what? Okay, Ana. But yeah, going to places because when you go to other places, it's also a trip, right? Or moving to places that's also a trip. That's also a travel. So you need to play around the action verb. You get the point. So because there are only two, or you can also tour. Your idea for this is three T's: travel, trip, and tour. You get the point. So you can use that in a variety of manner. And if mahurot na siya, if it will consume, because the paragraphs, so many paragraphs, and then you cannot you cannot also deny that it will be repeated. You get the point? So, wala na kayo choice. Gamitan na din ang common. Use common na travel. Or, pwede sa exploration. Okay? It's up to you. Adventuring, exposure, like that. You get the point? So, but in your sentence, you need to adjust because exploration is more deep in meaning. You make it lightly, things like that, but use the word exploration para mabawi so that you can recover. Para-paraan ba? You need to make your own, balancing. Meaning balance kasi guys, balance, weight, accuracy, ganun siya. And emphasis are needed in easy writing. Again, balance, weight, emphasis, and accuracy. Okay, and variety needed in the easy writing. Okay, meaning of balance, aside from balancing the sense of the sentences and the paragraphs, you need to be balanced in the opinion or in your facts presented, that you will not project the other one downgraded. You get the point? That's part also of balancing. Okay, balance, weight. Weight meaning to say the points are very huge. Okay, very relevant. Things like that. Oh my gosh. So the impact is so high. Things like that. Oh, that's weight. Then emphasis, clear emphasis or clarity on what you are talking. You get the point? So you must be coherent, cohesive, it does make sense, express ideas logically. Okay? That it's connected and linked together. Still, even though how many paragraphs you have. You get the point? And then emphasis and then the variety. I love the word variety really. I love it. Okay, you get the point? Because to have variety is to be flexible and versatile or multi-talented. You got the point? Or doing multitasking in the first place. The word multi signifies a lot. Multitasking, multidimensional, things like that. Multi-talented, like that. So these are all being versatile. You get the point? Or flexible in nature. Things like that. You can do a lot of specializations, mastery, and wide array or extensive masterpiece. Charot. Okay, muna siya. So, ang anaon na to ha, magplano-plano din ka kinagmay. Enumerate 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay? So, in here lang talaga kasi siya, guys. I really avoided too much examples. Okay, because each example you will explain the reasons, like that, your view. If you presented 3 examples, okay, then how about your paragraphs? Okay, so there will be coherence. For example, the second paragraph is talking about the cost. The third paragraph is talking about the quality. Okay, so there's no coherence if you, but it's the strategy of the writer to put, this is why the connectors needed in grammar, because you can also do that. It depends on how you manage the, for example, however, since, although, moreover, whether, whereas, thereby, whereby, like that. So you know how to, to stick for the rule, even though you mix a little bit, but the real rule talaga siya, guys, you should not mix up. Okay, if you talk about this one, never talk of the other. Okay, because that's I explained to you, that is only a recovery. Okay, that's only a recovery if you don't really, what do you this one? If you cannot stop really from inserting the other one to that particular point you mentioned or you discuss or you elaborate. Kaya imo man na siyang di mo mapugnan. You get the point? So you will say, on the other hand, okay, so and so, because para mulamig siya ba? Okay, on the other hand, ganon. Kakaloka on the other hand. Okay, you got the point. But this on the other hand is not usually used. Sometimes people will use otherwise, but it has the same meaning. But otherwise are overused. So use on the other hand, okay, in contrary, in contrast, like that, okay? So if you use always furthermore or moreover, okay, use also additionally, things like that. Okay, because it's the same thing. You get the point? And therefore also you can change that to consequently, blah blah blah, as a result of, like that. Okay, in view of this matter, I would like to suggest that blah blah blah, so and so. So in view of this matter is also unique. Okay, or in regards to this, comma, in accordance with my own perception and conviction, I would rather say that. like that in your conclusion. And you can also use to keep on repeating words that are usually used, like therefore. Okay. It's okay also, it's up to you. But you know, the more it is used severely, the more it not create interests to the judges. You get the point? You get the point? You will use also hence. Hence, in the and thus, thus. Or if you want also to mention another that related to the first, you say afterwards, blah blah blah. Okay? Afterwards, instead of using after that, or next to that, or secondly, you will use afterwards like that. You get the point? Ganon. So you need to use decorative. That is very important in essay. You get the point? Ana siya mga palangga akong hitad. So, I will be able to explain some of the supporting connectors in complex sentences. Because guys, complex sentences are the best techniques in this essay. Not the simple sentence, condition sentence like that. I mentioned it a while ago, right? The question sentence like that. Okay, the compound sentence like that. Okay, the passive sentence. Okay, you should use complex sentences because in complex sentences you can do a lot of variation. You get the point? And you know, it looks like tasty if you have a lot of variation. Okay, in this type of competition or contest, there's no room for straightforward opinion and facts. You will really lost in essay writing if you go directly, okay, to one paragraph only and you mention that there all the important points already and no more articulation and artistry. Sure, di ka kadaog. You get the point? So, okay, in requirement sheet, 4 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs like that, and you have only 1 paragraph. But then your point are very good. And you're only scoring for the task achievement or the focus. You are not scoring for the coherence, cohesion, grammar range, like that. And then the lexical resource, blah, 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 so and so. So, the criteria of having a good scores, wala. You get the point? So, though the focus 100%, but you know, the others, how about the others, the structuring niya po? Okay, because of saraka paragraph niya, ang essay is more than 3 paragraphs. You get the point? Ganon. So, normally you should prepare the ideas and knowledge how to make an essay, just like going to a war. You should be ready and prepare all your weapons. It could either be mental or physical weaponries. You got the point? So it should be highly tactical in a war,
The
right?
Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
In a war, that could be highly tactical, right? So prepare, plan, things like that. But do not take longer time to plan, only maximum 5 minutes, ha? You get the point? Okay, because for me, the standards really are 2 to 3 minutes, but I cannot do that 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, I need to exceed at least 5 minutes. You get the point? Ganon. And the last will be your total review. Anyway, you will given the time to review also. Okay, like that. So you need to check na the grammar, the spelling, the agreement of noun and verb, the collocation, the phrasal sentences, the modal verbs, active verbs, linking verbs, tanan, pronouns, indefinite pronouns, redundancies, jargon. Jargon meaning useless words that are not needed. Okay? You get the point. And that doesn't beautify your intent of your points. Okay, you get the point. And that is not also a huge word to consider. Okay, for example, on some example na to, ano niya, guys, let's have an example. Uh, okay, I will make an example. In this matter, but most people think that product should be, so you will remove the think. Okay? You get the point? In this matter, most people agreed that you can change the think because think is most like very common. Okay, you get the point. Things like that because this is only also rough. Okay, you get the point. This is not also the finality of the article. So, of course, 40 minutes to 50 minutes, you can come up with an article. Imagine the newspapers. Okay, they will do that for how many hours, right? To edit, to review, to edit and review. That's why it goes to perfection. Mostly perfection. Okay? So whereas this one only 40 to 50 minutes. Okay? Imagine. And you need to check everything, the grammar accuracy, the grammar range, and the vocabulary. You get the point? Ganon. Okay, so all you have to do guys know is to encounter a lot of English class. Things like that about speaking, writing, and listening like that, no? Okay, because this will be useful for us in the future. It might not be useful for now, just reserve that in the future. Get the point? Okay, especially if you are looking for a greener pasture for your bread and butter, then you don't have to stick, right, in one company or whatever. So that's normal thing to do, right? Get the point? So ano lang siya. Okay, so that is if you are aiming for high standards. That if you don't aim for a high standards, of course, mapilit ka in one company until 60 years old because you have no other choice. Get the point? But if you treat yourself as a competitive as you are, you can really, penetrate to whatever job opportunities that come along your way. Especially you have the good writing skills, communication skills, experience, and everything. You know what I mean. Okay, get the point? Okay, ako kasi ganun, kasi ako na varied going places to places. That's really my culture. Okay, from Philippines to China to Qatar to Abu Dhabi to Saudi Arabia like that. But before this, I don't want really Saudi Arabia. I want to go to Bahrain. Okay, but this really have a fast processing of documents. That's why I grabbed here first. Okay, get the point. And I love Sana doon kasi I was hired really as a chemistry teacher in the Bahrain, in the international school. Okay, you get the point. So I applied for teaching chemistry, a faculty staff, things like that. Okay, but the processing is very slow. Things and I cannot afford to wait for how many, you know what I mean. Okay, maybe the benefits are very good, right? Okay, you get the point. Things like that. Okay. So maybe in the future talaga, teacher na talaga ako, no? Right? You get the point. Okay. So, grabe niya akong dream to become a teacher. Ako pa sa college pag yun siya. Ang first dream na ako is to become a renowned broadcast journalist. That is really my first major ambition in life. To become a renowned broadcaster globally. Right? Okay, and then secondly, I need to teach to be a professor in the university because I don't reach and I don't clench, clench, or I don't really harness. Oh, harness. Yung vocabulary na naman. I don't really get that or achieve that. You get the point. Things like that. Okay. The advantage of having so many vocabulary because if you forgot one word, you can easily replace that with another words or terms, and then so that your statement will be spontaneous. Tuloy-tuloy or verbatim. You get the point? The flow of your speaking capability, things like that, or your communication skill. You get the point? Things like that. You get anak siya matago guys, no? Okay. So, any questions so far of this easy writing? How to make an easy writing articles? Nothing, right? Okay. Because easy kasi is standard all over the world. So, it has been also fully accepted in thesis, feasibility study. Though it is not called really an essay, but you follow the rules of an essay writing. Things like that. I mean, it's not word for word saying essay. The term is replaced with the word thesis, feasibility study, like that. But the concept of essay, you already do that in your thesis. You get the point, things like that, or in your technical report writing. The only difference is the beautification, artistry of the words. You get the point? Because you don't have to be brilliant in the using these supporting connectors, okay, and thereby, whereby, thereof, afterwards, as long as, in view of, once, even if, so that, in order that, ganon chupa-chucho, whether, whereas, like that, because, since, like that. Okay, there's a lot. You get the point, and then whichever, wherever, whom, who, while, whatever, like that. Whereas, otherwise, moreover, additionally, furthermore, like that, since, like that. Okay, there's a lot, right? Although, though, like that. Okay, but, like that. On the other hand, while, okay, like that, you get the point. So you can also say sometimes, ganyan guys, temporarily, wow, comma, yes, sounds unique, right? Because it's not really used. Temporarily, this has been my talent over the years, but I haven't practiced that for a long time. Like that, temporarily. Then the reverse will say, permanently. Like that. And then you can also use the degree or the amount. For example, consistently, like that. Okay, constantly, continuously, steadfastly, incessantly, immensely, extensively, intensely, tremendously, enormously, significantly, essentially, and a whole lot more. Okay? So, kung naakidaghang ing ana, wala. Sure ball na. Okay? It matters na on how they judge your content. Okay? Get the point. So, because that's only for the variety. There's a lot to check kasi eh. Okay? That's what I told you. The coherence, the cohesion, grammar, the lexical ability, gana ba so and so. You get the point? Ganon. Ang importante, the most important, you answer what is being asked. Okay, because the drawbacks of writing an essay for most or for including me, okay, I forgot to answer completely the question. It's only rough, but not really, striking to that particular question. Okay, and then when I look, okay, and then I revise a little bit because there's the word opinion. Okay, but in my essay at first, when I started about 15 to 20 minutes, I focus on factual. It's not more on my opinion, but the word opinion, it's a lot because you can have so many because that's your own opinion. Meaning to say, it's not subject to verification. You get the point because it's opinionated. So, diha pa lang, kung na ka confident, you are really confident from the word opinion because opinion, there's no right and there's no wrong. But there is illogical and logical. You get the point? Or there are irrelevant and relevant, but that is wrong. It depends on how you justify, okay, and how you back up and support your opinion. Okay, so that's why opinion too much. It leads to word war in social media. Okay, because opinion really is not really specific. You will not meet to a certain point because this person has so many opinion. When you this also have so many, and then you'll never get into one point. You will never agree. Things like that, and due to pride that I am good to him, I must do this, like that, okay? Emotions and feelings matters a lot. The reactions. The more you react is based on the feelings and emotions. Okay? Because you did not use the brain power. Okay? If you use the brain, you need to stop. Because you are wasting your time. Things like that. Okay? You get the point in reacting too much and they will never hear in the first place your comments. Because the reason why they'll never hear your comments because it strikes them the reality and they cannot accept. Okay, so that's why when you expose the already to them, that is huge reply, never go back again to that page because you will waste your time only. You get the point? So there's no room for pride. Okay, and pride is the biggest sin in the planet. Sin, S-I-N. Pride is the biggest sin of all. Okay, you got the point? Ganon. Akala nyo sex, ha? It's pride. You got the point? Okay. Anak siya. So thank you so much for listening and watching my essay writing. Okay, and I hope you like it. You can comment down below in the comment section. And then you can put emojis if you want also. Emojis. And then I will be very grateful if you can subscribe my YT channel if you haven't yet. And then you can also click the notification bell for some news updates of science, health, safety, music, okay, and others. Bye bye. God bless everybody. See you later. And have a wonderful Saturday. Bye bye. God bless everybody. Remember that Jesus loves us. Bye bye.